If you have been wearing the same long hairstyle for years and somehow it keeps looking heavier, flatter, and older instead of fresher, you are not imagining it. Let us fix long hair together because your natural elegance and those beautiful eyes deserve a style that works with you, not against you. I research worst style and beauty mistakes and youth-boosting fixes for mature women, so you get simple, proven transformations that work instantly. Today we are perfecting long hair for women over 50. And by part 3, you will want to pause and look in the mirror. I mean it. We cover the 5 most aging long hair mistakes, from the wrong length and the wrong layers to color placement, texture, and the one cut that has women over 50 genuinely obsessed. Part 2 alone has made more than one woman completely rethink her next salon appointment. And the very first mistake? It is the one your stylist has probably never mentioned. Let us go. Part 1. The length trap that ages you instantly. You spent time growing your hair, and you love the length. So why does something still feel off every time you look in the mirror? Here is a truth most stylists skip right past. And it is one your bone structure has been waiting for you to hear. Long hair that falls below the collarbone with no shape or movement pulls the entire face downward. It drags your jaw, your cheeks, and your eyes. Everything that makes your face remarkable, straight toward the floor. That is what is aging you. Not the length itself. The weight. The fix is not cutting it all off. This one is everything. What your hair actually needs is a strategic removal of weight, not length. Ask your stylist for long layers that start at the cheekbone and move through the ends. This lifts the face, creates movement, and immediately makes your bone structure the star. If you are still wearing your hair one blunt length with 0 layers, swap it for a soft long layered cut that grazes the collarbone. The difference between those two styles is easily 10 years. Honestly, I wish someone had walked into my friend's salon and said this to her 15 years ago. She finally did it last year and her whole face changed in one appointment. A maintenance tip worth keeping close: have your stylist refresh those face framing layers every 8 to 10 weeks, because as the hair grows the weight returns, and so does the drag. Now that you understand what length is doing to your face, part 2 is going to completely change how you think about your fringe. And it is not what you expect. Part 2, the fringe mistake nobody warns you about. Have you ever wondered why a fringe that looked fresh and youthful at 40 now somehow makes you look older at 55? It is not your face that changed. It is the fringe itself. And what worked before is working against those beautiful eyes right now. A heavy blunt fringe on a mature woman does one specific damaging thing. It cuts the face in half horizontally. It shortens the forehead, closes off the upper face, and pushes your eyes and cheekbones into a smaller, heavier-looking space. That is what is aging you. Not having a fringe. The wrong fringe. There is one fringe style that changes everything about how your whole face reads in the room. And it takes your stylist exactly 10 minutes to create. If you are still working with a heavy straight-across fringe, swap it for a soft curtain style at the outer brow. Your eyes will immediately look wider, and your whole face will lift. This is the one that made a woman in my comment section say she had been getting compliments every day since her appointment. Keep that curtain fringe freshened up every 6 to 8 weeks. The moment it grows past the outer brow, it starts to lose its lifting magic. Part 3 is where things get really interesting, because we are talking about color placement. And the mistake most women make with it is invisible until you know what to look for. It is the curtain fringe. Soft, wispy, parted in the center, grazing the outer brow. It opens the forehead, frames your bone structure beautifully, and creates the illusion of a lifted face without a single needle involved. Yes, that's simple. The 5 fixes here are the ones I keep coming back to. First, ask for a curtain fringe that sits at or just below the outer brow, never lower. Second, make sure it is blended into your layers so there is no harsh line where the fringe ends. Third, if your natural texture is wavy, embrace it in the fringe rather than forcing it flat. Fourth, avoid cutting your curtain fringe too short. It loses its softening effect and starts to look choppy. Fifth, if you are growing out an old blunt fringe, ask your stylist to blend and taper the sides into your layers immediately. Never let it grow out in a solid block. Part 3. The color placement error that ages long hair fast. You color your hair. You sit in that chair, you invest the time and the money, and you walk out feeling good. And then 2 weeks later something is still not quite right, but you cannot put your finger on what it is. Here is the uncomfortable truth your colorist may never say out loud. Flat all-over color on long hair removes dimension, which removes light from your face. And when light leaves your face, your skin appears dull, your features flatten, and everything looks heavier. That is what is aging you. Not the gray you are covering. The flatness you are creating. There is one color technique that changes everything about how your face reads in the room. And it takes your colorist approximately 4 minutes to place. It is face framing highlights placed from the temple down through the front layers. Warm honey, caramel, or soft gold tones that catch the light directly around your eyes and cheekbones. This technique does what no foundation can. It bounces light upward onto your face and creates the illusion of lifted, glowing skin. This one is everything. Swap flat all-over color for a dimensional base with warm face framing pieces. Your natural elegance will literally glow. Fix 1. Ask for at least 2 tonal values within your color, not one flat shade. Fix 2. Place the warmest and lightest pieces at the temples and around the face, not underneath. Fix 3. Avoid cool ash tones directly around the face. They read as gray shadow and harden your features. Fix 4. If you are fully gray, ask for a toning gloss in warm pearl or champagne rather than a cool silver. It keeps the brightness without the harshness. Fix 5. Refresh your face framing highlights every 3 color appointments minimum to keep the warmth intact as the rest of your color fades. Honestly, the moment a woman gets the color placement right, people stop asking if she is tired and start asking what she is doing differently. That shift is everything. Get your color refreshed the moment the face framing pieces begin to look muddy. Dull highlights are worse than no highlights at all. Part 4 is the one I get the most messages about, because it is the haircut itself, the specific cut that women over 50 are genuinely falling in love with, and the reason is more surprising than you think. Part 4, the one long haircut women over 50 are obsessed with. Bold statement incoming. There is one specific long haircut that has been quietly transforming the way women over 50 look and feel, and most of them had no idea it existed before their stylist suggested it. Your bone structure deserves this. And the reason it works so well is not what you would expect. The mistake first. Wearing long hair with no internal structure, no layers, no texture breaks, no movement built into the cut, creates a curtain effect. It frames the face in a way that adds visual weight to the jaw and the sides of the face, pulls down your cheekbones, and erases the natural lift your features still absolutely have. That is what is aging you. Flat hair with no architectural shape. The cut women over 50 are obsessed with is the long wolf cut. Hear me out. The long wolf cut, when adapted for mature women, combines a curtain fringe, heavy face framing layers at the crown, and textured wispy ends that remove bulk without removing length. It creates volume at the top where you need it most and softness at the ends where weight hurts you. The result is a face that reads immediately lifted, framed, and younger. I have never seen a client come out of this cut without someone asking what changed. Swap your flat one-length long style for a wolf cut tailored to your face shape. Your stylist should adjust the crown layers based specifically on where your cheekbones sit. Fix 1. Make sure the layers at the top are short enough to create volume, but long enough to blend. Fix 2. Keep the ends textured with point cutting rather than blunt cutting. Blunt ends add weight. Fix 3. If your hair is fine, ask for the crown layers to be slightly shorter for maximum lift at the roots. Fix 4. Do not flat iron this cut into a sleek finish. It needs texture to live. Use a diffuser or a large round brush to keep the movement intact. Fix 5. Ask your stylist specifically to keep the face framing front layers starting no lower than the cheekbone. That is where the lift magic begins. Have the ends refreshed every 8 weeks even if the length is staying. Textured ends dull quickly, and the whole cut loses its energy when the tips get heavy. Part 5 is the mistake that undoes everything else. And it is the one nobody ever talks about in the salon chair. Part 5. The finishing mistake that ruins every great haircut. You got the cut. You got the color. You left the salon feeling genuinely incredible. And then 3 days later your hair is doing absolutely nothing for you. And you are back to square one. Sound familiar? This happens to so many women over 50 and the reason is one specific finishing mistake that quietly undoes every great haircut you will ever get. Heavy product. That is what is aging you after the salon chair. Heavy creams, thick serums, and oil-based finishers applied through the mid-lengths and roots flatten the very volume your cut was designed to create. On mature fine hair, which most women over 50 are working with whether they know it or not. Heavy product is the fastest way to collapse your layers, smother your texture, and drag your hair back into that tired heavy curtain. This one is worth writing down. Fix 1. Switch from heavy creams to lightweight mousse or a volumizing mist at the roots only. Your crown needs air, not product. Fix 2. Apply any serum or oil only to the ends, from the mid-length down, never above. Fix 3. If your hair is fine, use a dry texture spray at the roots after styling instead of any cream finisher. It lifts without weighing. Fix 4. Remove product from your roots entirely 2 days after washing using a dry shampoo with a volumizing formula, not a mattifying one. The difference matters enormously for your specific hair type. Fix 5. If you are using a round brush to style, pull upward and away from the face at the roots before releasing. This sets volume into the blow-dry rather than relying on product to create it after. Swap your heavy leave-in creams for a lightweight mist and your dry shampoo for a volumizing version. Those beautiful layers will immediately spring back to life. Honestly, I started telling every woman I know this and they all had the same reaction. They could not believe the salon result was being killed by their own product bag at home. Give your products a full refresh every season. Old product formulations break down and begin to deposit residue that flattens even the best cut over time. This is the finish your hair and your natural elegance have always deserved. Light product, the right technique, and the right cut working together. That is your new baseline. You just learned 5 long hair mistakes that most women spend years making without ever knowing why their hair keeps falling flat. From the weight trap and the fringe mistake to color placement, the wolf cut, and the product error. You now have everything you need. Wear this knowledge with the confidence it was always meant to carry. Your bone structure and those beautiful eyes have been waiting for this exact combination of cut, color, and finish. Tell me in the comments. Which of these 5 long hair mistakes were you making without realizing it? I read every single comment, and I want to know which part surprised you most. Next time we are uncovering the handbag mistake that silently adds years to even the most polished outfit. And trust me, you will not see it coming. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I will see you in the next one.